one of the main reasons the dude will get married because he thinks, I'm going to lock that pussy in and I want to hit that shit every night. It'll be great. And that usually lasts for like 2 years, and then it slowly tapers off. And then after 5 years, it's usually once a month. And then it's on your birthdays, New Year's Eve. And then it goes down to one or the other. And then usually before she punches out, sex is going. Blowjobs. Nah. You want to stop a blowjob, you just let those lips touch wedding cake. Over. That'll never happen again after that. All right, everybody, Terrence Popp here with another episode of Live from the Lair. All right, I'm going to take a step away from the politics for a little while. Mainly because I'm getting really frustrated and upset about it. Need to take a break. That's number one. And number two, chances are in the future, at least up through the elections, there's going to be quite a few more videos in regards to what's going on in the world. Simply because in my opinion, I think it does my audience justice if they hear my viewpoint on what's going on from somebody with a higher level of tactical thinking, logic and reason, and minus fear of what he fucking says. Because most of the time I say shit that everyone else is thinking, but they don't dare say it out loud. I'm way beyond that. I don't give a fuck. All right, now, this particular subject was sent to me by an individual who's married and having problems with his wife and all of the incessant nagging that she does to him. And he wanted me to basically speak in regards to my thoughts on nagging. If you look up to my right, your left on the board, nagger. It is the other N-word. As in married women or women in relationships tend to wind up naggers. Yeah, that's it. That's probably the only time I ever used the N-word that's, even close to the real bad one.
In case you haven't noticed, there's a culture war going on, and the spoils are the very minds of people we are trying to save. The war on the West is no longer about men or women. It's about the ideological subversion of Western minds by foreign actors cloaked in a public relations-friendly outfit called feminism. Join the fight against the destabilization of our very civilization by reading Surviving Fourth Wave Feminism. Learn some inconvenient truths by clicking on the link in the description, because every time you do, a pansexual non-binary socialist cries.
All right, now we're going to start off here with some of the rules of nagging. All right, gentlemen, pay attention. You married women in the audience, you naggers, you pay attention as well, because perhaps you might learn something and change your attitudes, because usually once you start doing this, it doesn't end well for both parties. All right, number one. In a relationship shit, nagging is going to happen to a certain degree. All right, we're going to talk about, how to test if it's, something valid or not, and, what you should do about it on the other boards. All right, number two, nagging and drama are linked. I've noticed this in a lot of my friends who are in relationships. When the drama starts to go down, the nagging seems to go up. Okay, because when the nagging goes up, drama goes up with it. And then the nagging comes down. It is bizarre. And here's an instance right here. Say you don't bring home enough money and things are real tight. She will start to nag about money and how it's a problem. And you will find a second job or work overtime to raise that money level up to bring the nagging down. And that will go on for a certain amount of time. And you think everything's good. And then she starts to nag about you're never at home. So then you cut back on the overtime. And then you go back to the problem of money. Do you see do you see what's going on here? They are linked. And gentlemen, when you realize this, it's going to change your goddamn perspective on how this whole thing works. All right, number 3. She will use the nagging as an excuse for bad behavior. All right, now, if she's nagging you and say she's nagging you about the money thing, and you do not go back to work overtime, get a second job, what have you, well, you're a bad provider. Next thing you know, she's monkey branching to the next penis. Bad behavior. Or we'll go back to you get the second job and you work your ass off. And this happens all the time. Guys are married in the Army. You're never home. I needed somebody right to another penis. Do you see? It's amazing. Bad behavior. Nagging drama, bad behavior. It's a vicious circle. It's never ending. You need to learn that right now. Number 4. When you give in and accept the nagging, you are setting the timer on your divorce/betrayal or bad event that's coming down. And the reason that's happening is you are dying by 1,000 cuts. All right, she got with you because you were strong and you protected her and you provided. You were that, in her mind, you were the alpha guy. And slowly, through 1,000 concessions, you've moved yourself back from the alpha position to the beta position. And then she monkey branches to another P-nice, especially in today's day and age, where they get cash and prizes for divorcing for no reason at all. All right, number 5. Happy wife, happy life. How many times have we heard that, gentlemen? I'm going to be honest here. Back in the day when I was blue pill thinking, I believed that one like it was the 11th commandment. What an idiot I was. Because in reality, you cannot make anyone happy. They have to do that for themselves. And if somebody is not happy, it is not your fault unless you are beating them and doing, grievous bodily harm. It's not your fault, man. All right, so never ever do you hear, oh yeah, the dude's happy too. It's like the man has to sacrifice everything for the bitch's happiness. Chris Rock said it best in his one stand-up routine where he looks in the mirror and he says, let's go out there and make that bitch happy. He says, fuck your hopes, fuck your dreams. Now let's put it all together and get out there and make that bitch happy. Man, that is absolutely correct in regards to number 5. Number 6. There will always be a next thing. Once she starts nagging you, and you start, trying to stop the nagging and helping her out or whatever it is, if she's caught in that mindset of keeping up with the Joneses or Jamal, take your pick, there'll always be the next thing. Right. For instance, she's got a car, you got a car, you live in a 3-bedroom house, it's well taken care of and so forth. One of her girlfriends gets a Cadillac. Now all of a sudden, she wants a Cadillac. So you get a second job, work overtime to pay for said Cadillac. And once you get it, you think everything's cool. You go back down to doing your routine. Then another one of our friends buys a bigger house. And then it's on you to come up with the money to buy a bigger. You see where this is going? That never ends in a woman's mindset at all. All right. Even if it goes all the way down to decorating, collecting baskets, knick-knack, paddywhacks, and the dude of the house doesn't give a fuck. Okay. It's insane. All right, there will always be the next thing to bitch about. All right, now we're going to go over to the next board. I didn't have enough space to put it all in, each one on its own dedicated board, so the next one is directly behind me. I'm going to step off to the side. All right, here we go. What to do when you have to deal with the nagging. All right, number one, in the beginning, be ready at any time to divorce, break up, cut it off, what have you. And make sure she knows that. Now, I know a couple guys who've been married for over 15 years, and when it started off, he had pre-made divorce paperwork made up. He keeps it in a folder on the mantle of his fireplace. So whenever the significant other comes into the house, she takes off her boots, hangs up her coats, turns around, and has to look at the envelope every single day. Every single day. All right. And this particular individual has taken his steps just in case. He's got a lot of stuff in storage, a lot of money set aside to jettison and come out the other end okay. And, knock on wood, hopefully he stays married. He wants to remain married, but it's going to be on his terms. And I really admire him for that. And, that's one way to deal with it. Number two, play the game of yes and no. All right, the game of yes and no is basically a way to test if the reason you're being bitched at is valid. Start off with, we live in a nice house, yes or no? Food in the refrigerator, we eat 3 meals a day, yes or no? Electricity's on, yes or no? You have a phone, yes or no? The house is well kept, yes or no? Anything break or so forth that needs fixing or attention from me, does it ever be neglected, yes or no? If any of those things in the yes or no game are no, then it might be a valid reason to address that. All right. If they're all yes, you are caught in the endless cycle of keeping up with the Joneses and not really a valid reason to be bitched at. All right. Just saying. All right. Number 3. All right. Now, you hear all these people like 2 wrongs don't make it right. Well, if you're getting nagged endlessly over bullshit, nag her back! Ha ha! And she's saying, hey, we could really use an extra $20,000 a year so we can get along here in this house without, any of the so-called shortages. Even though you answered yes to everything on the yes and no question game, you look at her and say, well, you know what? You want an extra $20,000 out of me. Well, perhaps you got to drop 30 pounds and we'll do a little more bedroom ballet and we just might make that happen. Of course, she'll get very upset and, that you said something about her baby weight. And normally, they do this because they know they're fat and they don't want the man to say anything about it. In my opinion, fuck that. Especially if she had kids and she, the last one was 4 or 5 years ago. You say, hey, last kid was five fucking years ago. It's no longer baby weight. That's just lazy fat ass weight. Sorry. And it is what it is. Now, Bill Burr said it best. You ate your way in, you can walk your way out. Now, number 4, I don't recommend this because if you do this, you're going to basically, in her mind, start going towards the beta mindset, and it's not good. And that is ignore it. All right? Ignoring the fucking nagging will not make it go away, and it only compounds your problem. Alpha thinkers don't ignore shit. They recognize problems, they meet them head on, face to face, and win, lose, place or show, they try to basically impose their will upon the problem. That's all anyone can ever do. All right, number 5. Tell her to shut the fuck up. in today's day and age, with how women, are all raised by Disney and they're pink princesses and, they never lose and they're always right, telling them to shut the fuck up usually doesn't work. Now, I grew up in the 70s, and, a couple of my young friends' fathers worked very hard and would come home to bitching, moaning, and complaining, and they would flat out just say, shut the fuck up. I was in the room, I heard the whole thing. For instance, one of my buddy's fathers used to sell cars, and he made a very good living doing it. But he worked 6 days a week, usually walked out of the house between 6 and 7 a.m., and got back into the house about 6 or 7 p.m., 6 days a week. On the one day he was off, which was Sunday, he usually went in for half a day anyway for paperwork and catch-up. And, when you have a schedule like that, things get really interesting, especially when you're only, you get 5 to 10 days vacation every other year. And he would come home and get the fucking and he would look at her and say, listen, had a long day, it's been a hard week, shut the fuck up. And it worked for him. I don't know if his parents are still married. He moved away when I was in, I think, 6th grade. But it is what it is. All right. So this is what to do about bitching, nagging, call it whatever you want. Now we're going to talk into how it's done. Now the most common way it's done is they just directly start bitching about you, about the problem to you. Okay, I prefer that. I'm not a fan of the other sneaky bullshit ways women approach this. Because in reality, if the woman is with a rational person and she brings up a legitimate problem that has already, been through the yes or no question test, it is better if you just bring it up and say, hey, listen, this is fucked up. This needs to be fixed. Can you do something about it? You get a lot more respect, ladies, if you approach it like that. Now, number 2 here is the question game. All right, the nagging will be hidden in questions. Like, hey, did you contact a roofing company about the problem we're having with the shingles? The car we have, it's got, 45,000 miles on it, and maybe we should upgrade to something a little more newer, and could you look into that? Okay. Now, it's like a weird question game. All right, now number 3, sarcasm. Now this one is particularly annoying. When there's a problem and then they sarcastically make comments about it. And it is especially bad when, those sarcastic comments attack your basically honor, dignity, and respect, especially when it's done in front of friends and family. Okay, I call that spite. When you get to that point, the relationship is over. You just don't know it yet. And I made a whole episode about this phenomena called the back burner blues. I did it in the first year. Go check it out because it's full of nuggets of wisdom for you gentlemen out there. Where basically, I tell the men out there all of the common signs that the lady in your life is already mentally checked out, is shopping for a new dick, and she's just going through the motions. Hints. All right, now this one is particularly annoying. Like I said, I'm a logical, reasonable person. I deal with reality. I do not have ESP, and I don't like playing fucking crazy mind games of, 20 fucking questions and hints and so forth. And a lot of women get very upset, thus kicking up the drama, looking for excuses for bad behavior because you don't have ESP. Newsflash, ladies! You naggers out there. Men don't have ESP. No, we don't. And if you're not born with it, chances are, barring a near-death experience, you're probably not going to develop it. So just tell us what the problem is and stop the hinting game. I hate that. All right, pouting. All right, this goes right along with the silent treatment 1 and 2. Those two are linked. If you're dealing with the pouting and the silent treatment bullshit, you're dealing with somebody with a very low emotional quotient. All right, basically, you're in a relationship with somebody with the emotional equivalent of like a 14, 15-year-old. All right, you need to quash that shit in the beginning. Now, when you tell somebody to shut the fuck up, there's a big difference between that and the silent treatment. All right. Usually when you're telling somebody to shut the fuck up, you don't want to hear more about the problem, but you want to carry on with business as usual. If they flip right over to the silent treatment, that's bullshit. All right. That is bitching and nagging flat out, even though they're being silent about it. All right. Number 7, withholding sex, affection, what have you. All right. Now, this is a very big problem for people who have been married over, say, 5 years. Very rarely does the sex level, either frequency or effort, go on beyond 5 years. One of the main reasons the dude will get married because he thinks, I'm going to lock that pussy in and I want to hit that shit every night. It'll be great. And that usually lasts like 2 years, and then it slowly tapers off, and then after 5 years, it's usually once a month, and then it's on your birthdays, New Year's Eve, and then it goes down to one or the other, and then usually before she punches out, sex is gone. Blowjobs. Nah. You want to stop a blowjob, you just let those lips touch wedding cake. Over. That'll never happen again after that. Crying. If there's a problem and she's crying about it, and you pass the yes or no question test, that's bitching. All right? Flat out. And she's being a little crybaby about it. You don't need that aggravation in your life, trust me. Last but not least, the blame and shame game. All right. A lot of my buddies talk about this. A lot of my soldiers have told me about this problem, the blame and shame thing. And this is nagging, especially when they start making comparisons to their father, ex-husbands, or boyfriends, or they play the, real men do this. First of all, any woman who says real men do such and such is out of her fucking mind and doesn't know anything about being a man. All right, so whenever they say that shit, just turn off mentally because they have lost the argument and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay, now if they start making comparisons to ex-husbands and boyfriends, that's a screaming hint that they have checked out of the relationship and the clock on your pending divorce has started. So prepare your mind for said eventuality. All right, now, this is my take on nagging and bitching. And you ladies out there who are married or in a relationship, if you have a problem and something's going on and it fails the yes or no test, meaning all of the relevant questions are yes, you're a nagger. And you should probably fucking stop it unless you want to get divorced. Just saying. All right, we've been going on here for over fucking 20 minutes with one interruption. I'm going to probably pick up some more Lair episodes and talk about, things going on currently in the world. But please, if you have questions or subjects you want me to address, send me an email at redonkulas12@gmail.com.